Understand something. Plain and simple. To me, Abigail was a delicious poison. An intoxicating, overwhelming poison. Yowie wowie!
What's up, everybody? We are back for another episode of Abby's Window, and let's get this party started, shall we? What do you say?
Yeah.
All right, so we got a lot of stuff to discuss with you this evening. Obviously, we've got our wonderful duo up top there, and yours truly joining today. So first, we'll start with DJ B Tazzy. What's up, Tazzy? How you doing today?
Oh man, it's a great time to be alive. It's like anytime you get to talk about Bray, I am totally down. I'm like this. I'm like my excitement is like right here because I gotta relax a little bit because Raw's coming up and it's like. But in the meantime, I need to do this because I haven't did this on this show in like I don't know how long. So we're doing this. It's an Abby party, baby. Let's go.
There we go. Now we can start the party. Now it's official. We can start the party. And as always, we have the one and only Abby, Jodie Gilly. How are you?
I'm okay. Feeling a little bit better today than I was yesterday. So
that's good. That's good. We appreciate you battling through the illness to be a part of the Tigs last night. That was, I don't know how many of you got a chance to see it. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. We had a lot of fun last night. It was a good show and had a lot of announcements. We had some surprises, and I'm looking at Jodie right now. We had some surprises in terms of picks for awards, which was cool. I loved it. I loved it. So go check that out if you haven't had a chance. A lot of fun. It was really an awesome show. So yeah. Again, I'm gonna say welcome everyone in the chat. There's a lot of you, and we just don't have a lot of time to go one by one. But I just want to say thank all of you for joining us. We all greatly appreciate you all being here every week. And last week's show was over 1K in terms of views, so thank you for that. Let's continue to ride that momentum because we had a lot to talk about, and there's a lot of stuff happening. And so it's a good time to be a fan of Bray Wyatt and be involved like we are with this storyline and see everything that we're getting unfolding before our eyes. So, all right, now that I've talked way too much, we're going to start with Caleb's Corner, and Jodie, take it away.
Always got to do Caleb's Corner. It's been posted, just some random Instagram stories he's been posting. I know he had a blast touring with Trans-Siberian Orchestra and is excited about some projects that are coming up. I know that he's in Boston at the moment, working on something that he can't talk about yet. So that's going to be exciting. He just kind of posted some of the ending pictures from the Trans-Siberian Orchestra tour and, getting ready to go back on tour with the Meatloaf Band. And those are the dates that he has at the moment. The first one is in January in Atlantic City. Also that same day is the release of their album. So they've like remastered Bat Out of Hell with Caleb, obviously, singing. And they are releasing that the same day as the show in Atlantic City. So it's going to be a big celebration. It's going to be awesome. But keep your eyes on his social media because he's going to have a lot of stuff coming up this year. And he always announces them kind of in short span, like, hey, in 3 weeks, I'm going to be doing this. So keep an eye on him because shows will pop up all the time. That's all I got.
All right. Awesome stuff. And Caleb's website is scrolling across the bottom there. So if you want to learn more about him and, check out his music and get some merch, there you go. All right. And another segment that we've started on this show is shouting out the amazing talent of the people out there that support Bray Wyatt. And we've got some tremendous folks that do that. So Jodie, again, take it away. We've got the artwork segment.
Yes, I've been scouring social media trying to find it's not hard to find some Bray artwork and what you guys are drawing and different styles. Everybody's a little bit different and kind of came up with, this one obviously by Nicole. I saw her in the chat. I love this piece because it's pencil. And that was what she was saying. She wanted to do it. I love what you can do with just one pencil with, shading and, Nicole is very talented. So make sure you go check out her Instagram page, Art by Faluca. And she's on Twitter as well. And check out some of her artwork. I have a piece of hers on my wall actually at the moment. This is an artist called Nolanium. And Kyle Scarborough actually used this artist as inspiration when he did my Bray tattoo on my back. He's a fantastic artist too, and I have a piece from him hanging on my wall. So he came up with this one, and I love like that cartoonish, paint splatter style. I love it.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest, this one, like I have to have an original of this one.
Ooh.
Yes. So this is Black Mask Designs. I don't know if you've ever, I'm sure a lot of people know who he is, but he does a lot of edits and sends a lot of them to me. And he's very, very good at that. And somebody did send me this, on Instagram, and I love it. I love the red, and it's a hell of a piece of art. I love it.
It is, and all of them are just tremendous. I'm just a huge Jordan Peele mark.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, this one was so it was crazy.
And Black Mask Designs is great. Make sure you go check them out too.
And this is another one that I need.
I know.
Wow.
Nicole, if you're still in the chat, I'm gonna need a print of this, please. Another one by Nicole Faluca, and like I said, she's super, super talented. I love the detail, and she was able to capture all, a lot of his characters in one piece. So yes, I'm gonna need a print of that, please. I don't remember who sent me this one. This was an edit on Twitter, I believe, that I found on Twitter. Obviously got all of Bray's characters in there. The Wyatt Six, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty creative too.
Yeah, and then Howdy in the back. Yeah,
Mhm.
gosh, so great.
So
That's cool.
I love this.
Yeah, this is great.
This one was from Twitter too. And again, I love Howdy in the background. I love how you've got Bray looking at Howdy, and then you've got LA Knight just standing there like, what the F is going on right now? And I love that like tethered, like weathered wood kind of look. I love stuff like that. So that's why this one caught my eye.
And so yeah, this one is great. All of these are great, by the way. Some very talented people, and another talented person is in the chat right now. Jessie Callan, got to shout her out. She says, "What's this art showing off thing?" So we we did it a couple weeks ago, but we officially started it last week, and so this is it, Abby's artwork showcase. So we're going to be scouring the socials and internet to find really dope art, and I know a lot of you do it. Jesse does a lot of great art. So yeah, send me some stuff, Jesse, so we can put it in the show.
I have 2 pieces from Jesse on my wall. my little corner here like is Abby's art showcase. Because I've got Kyle, I've got Jesse, I've got Nolanium, I've got Scott, I've got Rob Schomburger. I got all different artists on my wall.
Yeah, you have an art gallery.
I do.
In that corner. That's what you have. You have an art. You have an art gallery. So yeah. So yeah, and Joe's in the chat. What's up, Joe? Yeah, there's some great art out there. So we're gonna do our best to shout it out every time. And there's one more piece of art. I know Jody wanted to show off a couple other things, and this is awesome for a few reasons. The art is cool, but then the thing that's next to it is pretty darn cool too. So
yeah. Hurdy Sketch on Twitter posted this, and I just loved it. And yeah, I got a follow from Karrion Kross, which was pretty cool. And he replied to me actually with a Joker gift that really, really made me laugh. So yeah, going places, I guess.
yeah, absolutely. And then I know you wanted to show this one as well, this picture here. So
I have no idea when that was taken. I think it was at a house show. And the lighting, just the lighting on this is insane. Like, I love that there's like that spotlight behind him, and it's just, you're seeing the dark side and the light side of him in one picture. I just think this is such a great shot.
Like a lot of photographers and photo editors, this is like, I mean, the geek in me that does that stuff for a living is just like in awe right now. So that is pretty cool. That's
hell of a shot.
Yeah, that's awesome. Eric saying he posted that pic of Bray. That's awesome. Yeah, such talented people out there.
Very.
Speaking of talented people, we have 2 talented people that are going to be doing battle in a match that we don't know a lot about. And that's these 2 men, Wyatt and LA Knight. And LA Knight, we didn't see Bray, but we got we got LA Knight hyping up the match on Friday night and referring to Bray's goons. Um, I'll just say this: LA Knight, folks, continues to show just how darn talented he is and how this storyline is bringing the best, I think, out of both of these men.
Oh, absolutely.
I just think this is great. Jesse, which comment? Jesse wants me to read.
I think she's talking about her cross art.
Oh, y'all want Carrying Cross art? I can give you the piece that got me his follow on both Instagram and Twitter. Please send those.
Yeah.
Please send those. So I'm gonna ask. You know, we're closing in on this match. January 28th.
No.
Is coming up. What the heck is this gonna be? Is the winner actually gonna get a case of Mountain Dew Pitch Black? Are they gonna get some Mountain Dew promotional swag that they'll be wearing around? Obviously I'm being funny, but what do you guys think this will be? Jody, I want to start with you, and then we'll go to Tazzy. I just want to get your thoughts, and let us know your thoughts in the chat as well. What do you think we will get in the Pitch Black match?
I think it's going to be as cinematic as you can get with fans around. So I think it's going to be similar to what we saw at his return, that maybe we, the lights come up and we see one version of him and then the lights go out. And this is all about, I think this match is going to all about be breaking down LA Knight mentally. And by doing that, like light goes up, he sees one person, light goes up, he sees somebody else, and then they wrestle, and then something else pops up. You know what I mean? So we'll see little bits and pieces of people. Obviously no lights in the arena or anything like that. So I think the darkness is to make it as cinematic as possible with fans in the building.
Let me ask you this before we go on to Tazzy. Where would you put this match on the show? Would you start it out with this match?
Probably. Just because if you're going to do a lot of things that involve the arena and, doing some, some cinematic stuff, it may be better to do it first, because there's going to be more involved in it. If you do it in the middle, there's probably things that they have to get ready and things of that nature, and doing it in the middle would be more work for them.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think I would, just selfishly, I would love to see it start out anyway, because I want to know what it is, but I think what you just said makes a lot of sense in terms of the reasons to start the show with that. All right, Tazzy, same questions to you. What do you think this crazy match is going to be, and where do you think the place on the card should be for this match?
This match, I consider this probably gonna be the closest you're gonna get to the Undertaker that is possible that you're gonna get. It's I don't know, you guys, are you gonna see the old Undertaker where he's like he pop up in the ring out of nowhere and then he disappears? Kind of like similar to that. And I think the best way to do is like turn off all the lights, only use the spotlights. Use the spotlights. The only thing is there's going to be a lot of work for these spotlight crews. That's the only thing with that. You can actually and we seen this. I think I saw this 2 SmackDowns ago where they actually had one of the spotlights red, where you can actually change the colors of it to make it. And this is coming from a DJ, by the way, to like do some weird colors to it. Like it don't have to be like a plain white color. It could be like a red, white color or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I think it is. And you probably likely will have each whatever character that's going to be wrestling. This is like people's nightmares to actually see multiple nightmares at the same time. This is insane. But yeah, that's basically what I think it's going to be. It's just basically going to be like Bray popping in, then Howdy popping in, and like, which is kind of weird because you just seen Howdy just we'll talk. Obviously, I have a feeling we're going to talk about that with the whole Sister Abigail to Bray Wyatt. So it's like, are they working again or are they not? As card placement, yeah, to get it out of the way, I'll be down to do it in the beginning if you want to. Don't be shocked if they do it right before the Men's Royal Rumble because it's a Royal Rumble. This is the only time you could actually do a Bray match close to a main event, and people will still watch the Royal Rumble because they want to be like want to see like, hey, I want to see who's going to be in this Royal Rumble, and they're still watching. They're probably looking at the phone looking for more things at the same time, but they were like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? So. Yeah, I think they're not going to put it in the middle. That's obviously that's a no because one, they got a couple more. They're going to have about 3 title matches. So it's 3 title matches. There's going to be 6 matches in for Rumble more likely. And you can hardly have the title matches in the middle, and then you can have the Bray match afterwards. Don't do it before 80 title matches because nobody going to look at the title matches.
Right. Yep.
So
yeah.
Maybe on the Bray. No, that's not going to work too. I would say you're doing the Kevin Owens and Roman match, but no, probably ain't nobody going to be watching that either. So, yeah, do it close to either the beginning, which I don't know. It's kind of hard to do because people are going to be like, okay, is that all of him today? And then, which is good because you can like, is it going to be in the Rumble too? Ooh, I can't wait. So you kind of like, okay,
question.
That can work too, but. It's going to be very interesting. I like this. I love this. I love it.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. And I like that point, Tazzy, of bookending the show because if you started with this, and I see a lot of people saying before the the co-main event, which is is a good call too. I think if you bookend the shows with them though, that increases the opportunity for him to also be involved in the Rumble. And I saw another question. There are 2 questions that I want to ask you guys real quick because they just stood out to me. Nicole asking, what if the Firefly Funhouse puppets show up? And I'll even go a step further. Do you think it'll be the puppets as they were, or do you think it'll be the version of the puppets that we saw at Extreme Rules if they do show up?
Oh, I think we could definitely see them show up. And I would imagine them to look like, if they did, to look like what we saw at Extreme Rules when he came back.
Tazzy.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's you can see that. You can also see a character that everybody loved at the end of this match that's actually be showing up where it's like, oh, so that's everybody's nightmare to see that one with the you guys know what I'm talking about, the white face, and be like, oh, okay, I can see LA Knight. I'm trying to censor this as much as I can, but shit on itself.
Well, I mean, since you went there, and I'll start with you. Chris is asking how many different people show up. So you just mentioned one. You just mentioned the Fiend. Who else? What else do you think we'll see during this?
Well, you can see all 3 of the Inner Wars. You can easily see Cult Leader because you can actually do that in a way because Bray don't need to change anything with that. It might have to have somebody else play the Fiend because that's going to take a lot of time to actually switch to that character. So you might have to have, I don't know, let's throw it out there. Bo, if he's a Bo out of all people that can do this, which is funny because there were people who was talking about that a couple of years ago when they was thought that was Hill. That was actually the new Fiend. I'm like, I don't think he will be able to do that unless he has Bray's permission. But yeah, I can see that. Yeah, and then obviously his new character. So
Yeah.
Jodie. I think it's possible that we see a lot. Knowing that Jason Baker did the masks and all of the puppet costumes, we don't know what other versions of the mask we're going to see, if we see any. And so I think there could be several of them. And we have to remember, what if we see Howdy, what is he going to do? Last time we saw him, he was going after Bray with that Sister Abigail. But why?
Exactly right.
Do we see Howdy like this version interfere in some way and try to break down Bray mentally?
Now that's an interesting thought right there. So here's my question. Since you brought it up, Jodie, this is you get it. Since you brought it up, since you threw the alley, we gotta oop it now. So all right. Let's say, do you think it's possible that to start out the match, we get Howdy to unleash all of these other faces that we may see during the match? Like, how do you see Howdy being utilized in this in terms of unleashing all these different things that we think may happen?
That would, I mean, you'd have to assume at that point that then Howdy is the puppet master, and I'm not sure he is.
Okay.
So
would you see him showing up at the tail end, or
I can see him showing up towards the tail end. And maybe this match breaks down Bray mentally to the point that, you know, we see it end with one Fiend returning.
Deanna just said, what if Howdy going after Bray is to bring the Fiend back? Revel in what you are.
Well, I think that's why Howdy is messing with Alexa. I think he needs her to remember to bring him back.
That's very interesting. So I want to follow up on that. See, sometimes it's just so fun to go down these different trails. So I'll start with Tazzy and come back to you, Jodie. So Tazzy, do you see Alexa? And I know a lot of people in the chat have already said this. Do you see her being involved in this?
Yeah, I can. They wouldn't do what they're doing with Alexa. Let's see, she's involved in that. So yeah, this is definitely going to be one of those states where it's like another rabbit hole. Here we go. What would happen? Oh man, yeah, I can actually see like tonight is going to be. I think tonight is going to be part of this, and this is actually helping because then you have an excuse after the Royal Rumble to move Bray to Raw. You have an excuse to do that. Yeah, I can see. Oh my god! I mean, we already know. I'm gonna say that for a little later, but they already know a certain person is there, in the backstage area, and he could play a role in that tonight. So 2 + 2 is 4. So I am expecting a lot of mess, and I don't think you do the Alexa thing until like the end of the show. Maybe this is probably gonna be so dark because I have noticed that the Raw is actually turning a little bit darker. If that makes sense, like a lot more bloody. If that makes sense. So I don't know if this is slowly turning into the actual what Raw used to be. A little bit raw. Get it? I did that raw. Get it?
Raw.
Yeah, raw is gonna be raw now. Like
Raw is gonna be raw. Yep.
That was the whole reason for raw to be named that, because it was like mostly uncensored. So tonight could be one of those things where we will actually know what is going on with Alexa Bliss. This is actually though, and we probably actually will get the rematch. Set up a rematch for the Royal Rumble with her and Bianca. So this is the other thing too. Anybody notice Montez Ford in his match? Anybody notice that how like sold in he is? Could this be a crazy thing to be possible? Could he took control over Montez Ford's body too? Could that be
Put a pin in that.
Got it.
Because after this, I have a question about the Wyatt 6 and what I just something that popped into my head, just a question. So stick a pin in that. Jodie, I want to get your thoughts on and by the way, Sean says, Jodie, my Alexa just went off when you said her name. So so Jodie, your thoughts on Miss Bliss and what you think that may look like.
Kind of like I said, I think he needs her to bring him back. I think that might be a goal, is to get the Fiend to come back. And I think he's trying to get her to remember, to revel in who she is. Trying to get her to remember everything, because obviously she's completely delusional. Thinking that Bray betrayed her, and I think at some point we're gonna get closure to what happened at Mania, because that's that loose end that everybody's like, what did that mean? We still don't understand what that meant. We need some closure.
Right. Yeah. We're inquiring minds, and we want to know. We want to know. We want to see what happens. Big Dan is asking a question that's very close to what I wanted to bring up, a question that was running through my mind in terms of the Wyatt 6. And Big Dan is asking, what if this leads to LA Knight potentially becoming a Fiend-like character, and there's a stable of wrestlers in Fiend-like mask and makeup, a la the end of Joker? My question was going to be, so me and Big Dan are kind of on the same wavelength here. What if the Wyatt 6 isn't Bray Wyatt led? What if it's Uncle Howdy led, and it's 6 people or 6 personalities trying to bring whatever it is that Howdy's trying to bring out, whether that's the Fiend, whether that's something new? What if that's the direction of the Wyatt 6? Jodie, I'll start with you.
I would like that. I mean, because every time you look at it, you do think, like, who's the one that's ultimately in control? I think the fact that Bray got a Sister Abigail from Uncle Howdy flipped everybody through a loop, because we're sitting here going, well, what does that mean? Does that mean that if Uncle Howdy gets involved, that he's going to go after Bray? Is he going to cost Bray the match? Is he going to be messing with Bray? So then what does LA Knight have to do with it? Is he trying to recruit LA Knight to help him and create like his own little army going on here to defeat Bray, the same time that Bray wants to do kind of the exact same thing to him?
It'd be pretty interesting. Tazzy, what do you think about that potential path?
Yeah, I can see that, and I can see this getting in deeper. I don't know how deep you can actually do this, but you can go deeper. Because you see at the point is Howdy picking doing his army, and next thing you know, Bray is like, all right, I'll fix this. I'm gonna bring my own army. This is probably when you probably will get the people like Redbeard, and this is probably why they're prolonging anything to do with Braun.
Hell of a stable to go
Right.
against one bloodline.
Right, exactly.
Or what you could do is you could do a Team Howdy versus Team Bray at Survivor Series.
Exactly what I was thinking. See,
in a War Games match.
See, that would be the most freakiest. I would never, ever, and I'm saying this now, I would never will be in a lot. I love Bray and all. I love you. I really do. Yeah. See, I did that. I love you. Yeah. I love you and all, but I don't want to be in a cage with you. That's okay. I'm good. Yeah, I can actually see that. I can see, like I said, this is why part of why they're prolonging things with Braun. What the way Braun's character is basically what he left with. It's the exact same thing. Minus the train. Okay, a little bit of the train because I think somebody said train. I think it was cold. I'm like, what are you doing? This is why they're prolonging that. This is why they're probably haven't seen Redbeard yet. This is probably you probably see somebody add to that group. I don't know what would be the new Wyatt family person speak to add to that group. I don't know who you add. If you guys got suggestions, let me know.
Vincent. Oh,
I was just getting it. Yeah, it's like it's be the full group. It's like I like it. I like you get the Howdy team. More than likely, the Howdy team was probably you don't know. Maybe that's Howdy team. Maybe it started off with Vincent, and maybe it ends with Bo as the Uncle Howdy character in Bo versus Bray. That'd be very interesting. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I am totally down for a War Games match. Not be in the cage with them, a War Games match with all these characters together. That will be insane. Oh, wow.
The Blissful Giants fan saying Howdy is, and I want to get your take on this. Howdy is literally Bray because remember the prison inside my head promo.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think that the physical manifestations that we've seen have changed that though? Do we think that that's different now that we've seen Howdy live and in person, or do we still think that ultimately he's still Howdy?
Oh, I still think this is all Bray.
Okay.
Yeah. I still think this is all Bray, and he's fighting himself in a way.
Okay. Tazzy, you kind of thinking that on the same wavelength there?
Yeah, it's basically this is gonna be crazy, and we all get this now. This is gonna be all of the shatter pieces of Bray. Yep. It's just scattered all over the place all of a sudden. And it's like you got all these characters, and you know, it's crazy. Rabbit hole.
I mean, this is literally Split playing out on a weekly TV show in front of our very eyes in brief clips. I think like that. It's just it's brilliant what they're doing. Jimmy Fingers 19, thank you for the donation. Saying I think, and we got another one. So I think Alexa should not get a pass for what she did to Bray at Mania 37. I think she should be deceived to be forgiven and then made to pay for her sins by another woman figure, maybe Liv. And then let's see. He's also says another donation. Thank you again. I want Bray to have a legit faction that just runs roughshod on the entire company, NWO style. I want Rowan back for the ties to Brody, Bo Dallas. I would love the Briscoes, but I will take Vincent and Dutch, which, by the way, Dutch tweeted out what was it? It said Hellfire and it had a 6.
Mhm.
So yeah, I know a lot of people would love to have Vincent and Dutch involved. So
Oh hell yeah. Yes. Love to have Vincent and Dutch involved. But yeah, I definitely think Bray. It's all still Bray.
all still Bray. Gotcha.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Could you imagine this matchup? This is gonna be weird. Can you imagine? Because right now I just got a tweet having Nikki Cross staring and looking at help me out somebody. Why that's throwing the plague? Cancer LeRae. Cancer LeRae. Could you imagine? And let's get to it because they're gonna be on Raw. Sandy versus the Bray Wyatt family.
Nah, yeah, I could dig that.
That would be that'd be another level of insane.
Yeah. Quite literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very insane.
I'll say this. And for people who haven't had a chance to see him very much, I would love a program if this does happen with Eric Young and Bray Wyatt. What they could do on the mic and the mind games. And I'll say this. I'll for people who've only seen Eric Young in WWE, and he was great, by the way. He was great and shouldn't have been released, but that's neither here nor there. What he did in Impact Wrestling, and then you take what he did as the leader of Violent by Design, just tremendous. So if you want to see some of what is a potential of what could happen between him and Bray,
Mm-hmm.
go look at some of the stuff he did with Violent by Design. I just, that program would be crazy. Just absolutely bonkers. So Cassie brought up a name, and that name is Bo Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been reported that Bo is backstage at Raw tonight. So Jody, I'm going to start with you here. Is Bo Uncle Howdy? And do you think Bo will get involved in some way tonight when it comes to Miss Bliss?
I think Bo is that particular version of Howdy. I think that's him wearing Howdy's mask for sure. But and I could see him getting involved tonight. But I don't think we are ever going to find out. I don't think they're ever going to unmask him.
Yeah.
And I think different people will play Howdy, but we will never know his true identity because it's Bray. So, 1 week, yeah, it might be Bo. In that particular mask, yes, that's Bo. In a mask that looks a different way, like when he first came out, maybe that was somebody else. So I think the point is maybe to never unmask him, and you're having different people play him.
That's Tazzy talked about this rabbit hole getting deeper and deeper. Things getting deep. Yeah, this yeah, my goodness. You got people out there Conman fan 167 Conman 167 fan says all you got to do is Bo leave.
Yeah. I don't think we will ever know who truly, they will never unmask him because Howdy is Bray.
Deanna saying different version of Howdy for different needs. That's how you think it plays out?
Okay.
So Here's the crazy part. When I kept on looking, going back to the time where Bray and Howdy was right next to each other, and I saw him slide out of the ring. That was something Bo used to do a lot, and that's why I was like, I thought that was Vincent.
I did too, because the mannerisms and the way he walks, like that's
Right.
Vincent.
Right. But I know that Bo is
Swag,
Bo,
yeah.
Bo got some swag too. It's like insanely swag. This is a former NXT champion, by the way. So of course I know like how the way he walked too. It's like it's very, very similar of Vincent. It's if you could have a twin, that's who you will have. I'm like, wait, what? And then you just show the picture. The picture, that's definitely Bo because it's his face. The face is like, dude, that's definitely him. Is the remember we were talking about cheekbones and stuff? Yeah, that's Bo, man. So it's gonna be very interesting tonight. That's all.
And you know what, Tazzy? It's going to be an interesting night. But for folks that want it to be, if they want their viewing experience of Raw to be even more interesting, they can join you for your watch along and have a party and discuss it live, right?
Yeah, it's the exact same way. We'll start sometime after we get down here. I'm not gonna give you a exact time because we might get into another rabbit hole here in a second, and
it might take another 20 minutes. So.
Right. So we'll start as soon as I push play on. But yeah, it's basically the party is just exactly here. I would say a little bit rawer, which is funny. Yeah, we're a little bit because when we get to that 10 o'clock hour, and Jody knows, and even Jeff knows, when we get to that 10 o'clock hour, it's A-Day goes. So yeah, right, and we'll let everybody have their opinion. There's no wrong opinion to anything. We're both channels are like that. We're like we want you to have your voice heard. I do say this, price thing starting next month from the Discord. I'm going to allow people to come in and come and talk, like give their thoughts on the Discord phone calls, and actually get their live call. Because we don't like to be on the seeing their face shown, but they still want to get their thoughts. So just stay tuned for that. I'll give you more details probably tomorrow for that. Should be interesting. But yeah. It's come see our reaction. Come see our reaction tomorrow.
Hey,
it's just.
Tazzy, drop your link in the chat so people can click as soon as we're done. People can click and go right over to your channel for your watch along. So yeah, join Tazzy. He's gonna put the link in the chat, and yeah, we'll keep rolling along here. Goodness. Thug Logic. I'm just looking at all the comments. Like, there's so many that I want to get to. Oh, and by the way, and this is why you should go back and watch the Tigs, because last night we announced that we are starting a membership, and one of the membership tiers is to be able to come on to a live stream and discuss your theories with us, just like we're doing right now, and really hash them out and really, that way we can get to more theories and dive deeper into some of these thoughts. So we're going to make an announcement on social media. I'll put out a video on the channel when memberships are live. We've got a $3.99, $6.99, and $10.99 tier. The Abby's special things are in the $10.99 tier. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. But I really wish I could get to every single theory and thought out there. There's just a lot of them, and we'd be here. we would, you know what? People talk about the length of Raw and how it's 3 hours. If we went through every theory like we really want to, we would be battling Raw in terms of how long we're here. So,
Insane.
No.
it's fun.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fun. And you know what? We may have to do one week is just do a marathon Abby's. We may just have to do a marathon Abby's window and just hash a bunch of stuff out one day. We'll get back to you on that. We got to talk about something like that. That takes a lot, but
Definitely going to take it down for that one.
yeah. So, so yeah. All right. I digress. I'm in the weeds here. So,
Stop it, Tazzy.
What? What I'm doing?
what did you do, Tazzy?
I didn't do.
Laughing.
Huh?
This is the way he's laughing. Okay, moving on.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna try to regain control a little bit here. So, LA Knight. I want to go back to LA Knight because again, as great of a job as Bray is doing, you have to commend what LA Knight is doing.
Oh yeah,
And
for sure.
him, him kind of being the pitch man like he was on Friday for this match. I would ask, after this, do you think we see him be a little bit darker and change somehow after this encounter that he has at the Rumble in the pitch black match? Tazzy, I'll start with you.
First of all, pitch the match. I'm like,
You broke up
That
something
was-
crazy, man. Say that again.
you guys have me? You guys
Yeah,
have me?
I got you now.
Okay. I don't know what happened there. It's been raining a lot here, so don't tell him. First of all, Jeff just said LA Knight just pitched the match. Like really? Really?
Hey,
Sure.
I try. I try my best. Sometimes I succeed. Sometimes I fall a little flat, but it's okay. I still try. Jordan said you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So I'm taking shots.
Just say it. He's been like this. I mean, even on his days in NWO and NWO. Woo! What am I doing? NWA and of course Impact. Even when he was in NXT, he was a straight heel, and the heel was so good that everybody started cheering for him. It's like insane. Now I don't see them doing that while he's battling Bray, because obviously Bray is quote unquote the baby face out of this. Yeah, put that in quotes. So just I see why Bray was like, "Hey, I want to do a match with him because I think our promo work between the two of us will be insane," and it has been. It's like if you had The Rock, and I can't believe I'm saying this, The Rock and John Cena battle each other in promo battle. It's awesome. It's like you just don't know what that person gonna say. I mean, the stuff that LA Knight has to say about Bray. If this is, and I know Bray is the nicest guy in the world. Bray would have punched him in the nose for coming real. Like Bray called him an idiot. That was even more funny because it's like, you stupid idiot. Like, you just called him a stupid idiot. You just said that. What's going on here? Yeah, man. Like LA Knight is like this perfect idea. Do I see him turning darker? I say, yeah, but it'll be here's another rabbit hole. You guys ready for this? I can see him. I can see it being a split personality. He'll be LA Knight, and then the other part out of the blue.
He'll snap.
Right. Oh my God! I just realized something. There is a possibility we can still probably get Bray and Finn Balor again.
Yeah.
I just thought about that, but that's then. That's later. But yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I would like that.
Can I say something else too? Is there a chance? And this is a chance. And this is before he retires. You guys know what I'm about to say. Before he retires, and we've seen this a lot of his comeback video early in the year. Can you see Bray and Edge go get into a little battle or something like that? Is it possible, or could Edge be part of this?
I know Jody has a great thought. I want to go real quick here.
What?
Not only do I think Bray and Edge do battle, I think in a bold prediction, Bray is the one that retires Edge. All right, I'm done.
Do I see him getting darker? I mean, if he encounters the Fiend changes people.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I love what Deanna just said. So you're saying Bray shatters people.
Hey.
And Edge was in that promo video. That was Edge.
Yeah.
100%. Intentional or not, it was Edge.
It was Edge.
Oh man, him and Edge would be golden. I would love that.
Could that be Could that be a Mania match?
Edge and Bray?
Yeah, like this year.
Well, I think yeah. The other thing is, I think what did Edge say last year? Didn't he say it was like his contract's up in close to SummerSlam? So maybe SummerSlam, which should probably be fitting because it's Bray at SummerSlam.
Yeah, yeah. We know what happens with Bray at SummerSlam.
Yeah, just don't.
Just don't. Best advice: just don't.
Stop it! Don't do it! Don't do it!
Don't do it! Don't do it!
Eric saying, I think Bray totally loses it, and we start to see the sinister Bray we all love. I know a lot of people. I want to ask this. A lot of people, and rightfully so. A lot of people want to see the Fiend back, myself included. However, what if we don't get that and we get the reveal of something new and far more sadistic, like Eric is alluding to?
Ooh. An evolved version of the Fiend.
An evolved version of the Fiend referred to as something else, but just throwing that question out there. What do you think about that, Jody?
I would love that. I think it's possible that we see the Fiend again. But yeah, I like that idea of seeing like something even more sadistic because the Fiend wasn't enough. I like it. And he's working with the right people with Rob Fiend, Jason Baker, Tom Savini, and hey, yeah, go for it.
Taylor, what do you think about that?
This is probably one of the reasons why they have the Alexa Bliss on there so they can actually move him to Raw, because Raw is probably the best place for this, not Fox. Even though, Joe said this rightly yesterday. Don't be shocked if SmackDown don't be on Fox by the end of the year. So Don't be shocked. Which please do that because I missed the live version. I'm just throwing it out there, just saying.
You hate being behind.
Yeah, thank you, News Network. Anyway, you know what I want to see, and I have a feeling we are going to go back to that. You guys remember that a picture of the Warhawk?
Yeah.
Yes.
Could it possibly this be part of it too? I mean, because I know they just be sketching this to sketch, but
yeah,
that would be a great mask.
Oh yeah. I mean, Kyle Scarborough.
Wowie.
Yeah. Kyle is insanely talented, so that picture was amazing.
Like I want that tattoo. Honestly, I want that on my leg. I'm like, I'm down with that.
And who better to do it than the guy who drew it?
Right. I'm just saying.
Like, go see Kyle and get him to do it for you.
Yeah, I like I said, there's a reason why Warner about to put him on Raw. The main reason why he's not on Raw yet, I believe, of course, the National Champions tonight, and then next week they have a playoff game. That's it after that, and then after the Royal Rumble, nothing. So I expected Bray to be on Raw a lot, which you can actually tell the story a little bit better with 3 hours than you can do with 2 hours, and plus they already have a big storyline on SmackDown as it is. I don't know. It's kind of hard to put two storylines, and that's probably why you didn't see Bray on Friday, because the thing with the whole Sammy was like kind of take up the whole show. It's like you don't want to mess that up. You want to pay attention to that, and that's why they did that. Yeah, I can see it be insane. I can see a lot of blood, which we're actually slowly seeing on Raw now. Be very, very violent, which I know the USA Network love that stuff because that's what they play. That's why they got Chucky on there.
Bring it.
Just throwing it out there, just saying.
Bring it. I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I guess we'll start to kind of take the plane to a safe landing at this point. We're gonna land the plane here shortly. But Hanzo, what's up? I guess let's start with tonight. Well, no, let's go to this Friday. What do we think we will get this Friday? Do we see anyone else? What happens on Friday? And we'll start with Tazzy, and then we'll go to Jodie.
SmackDown. I mean, this storyline has been unpredictable, and like, it's hard to even do theories about it because it's like the storyline is still new. You're probably more likely you'll get Uncle Howdy again. Maybe something, probably not in the ring this time. Maybe something backstage where you have to do something very creative because you're doing it backstage. So I could definitely see something backstage where, I don't know, you got Bray there and he probably attacks Bray again. I mean, that will basically confuse the mess out of people. We're like, okay, what is going on? Why is he attacking Bray?
There must be some Bray.
Exactly. So why is he doing that? And LA Knight is probably going to look like okay, something ain't right. Something's not right. What? And I did want to throw this out there. There's something, and we talked about this a lot. There's something about that mask. Because LA Knight wore it too. So there's something about it. I mean, this is probably the main reason why LA Knight could see all this is because he wore the mask. So I don't know. It's gonna be unpredictable on Friday. I think what's this like we got 3 more weeks for this? 3 more weeks? Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, I think we get an Uncle Howdy appearance just to kind of further advance the storyline and hype up the pay-per-view and the match. And I think, I mean, what if he attacks Bray again? That's what has everybody up in knots. Why did he attack Bray? You know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's going to be very unpredictable. You know, he always keeps us on our toes. So I'm looking forward to it. Whatever it is.
Well, yeah, whatever happens on Friday will be
Awesome.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. Yeah.
Like always.
Can't expect any less from Bray Wyatt.
No.
Yeah, I mean the dude is just super talented. And I'm so happy. And none of us saw this coming with LA Knight. Let's just be honest.
Right.
Not at all.
I mean, none of us saw this type of program happening because of what LA Knight had just come off of.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you know, we didn't see this happening. We thought that Bray's first program would be quote unquote a bigger person or someone from his past. I'm loving the direction that they're going in with this. Like, I really am loving this. Because they continue to rarely do you see programs elevate both people at the same time. But this storyline and what they're both doing, in my opinion, I think it's elevating them in different ways. It's really getting over this character that Bray wanted to show the world, and it's working. And then it's elevating LA Knight because it's showing people that, you know, first off, he's been slept on his entire career, and people haven't given him his just due in terms of his talent in the ring and as as a performer on the mic. But it's just there's just so many layers to this story, and it's doing great things for both men, I think.
Oh yeah, like LA Knight would have been the last person that you would have said, yeah, that could be a good first feud for him. Like, LA Knight would have been the last person that we all said. I think we actually did this on a show, you know, predicted and theorized who his first opponent would be, and none of us even considered LA Knight. But yeah, they are elevating each other. They're both incredibly talented, and I love it. I love that it's unpredictable, and you don't know, especially now, like, you don't know what Howdy wants and how he's going to get it and what happens to LA Knight. And yeah, there's so many questions, and every week you just get more questions and less answers. But that's okay because it's fun.
Could you imagine the meeting or something with Triple H when Bray was like, hey, let's do the first match with LA Knight, and Triple H was probably like, because he knew because Triple H is the one that signed him. Triple H is the one that signed LA Knight to a contract. So it's like, that will be insane. And he probably like, go do it. let me know what you need, and I got you. Just
right. Yep.
It's crazy.
RYN saying it's episodic television. It is. It's we're seeing. I mean, I remember, you know, earlier I said split. We're seeing something like Black Phone or like a horror movie play out every week.
Yep.
Bits and pieces of it. If you were to take 2 to 5 minute clips of a horror movie and tease people with it weekly, this is what it is, in my opinion. This is what it is. Erase Your Mind saying Knight is a bona fide star.
100%.
absolutely has been for a long time. I just think he's been underutilized and underappreciated. And
Mhm.
you know, it's hard for me to call him LA Knight. I always want to say Eli Drake. But you know,
It took me a minute.
yeah, so it's but this dude, he's so talented. Hanzo with the donation. Thank you so much, Hanzo. Saying Howdy wants the Fiend wants Bray, Jodie wants I want KFC. Life is unfair.
KFC don't sound bad right now.
Yeah.
KFC sound-
Good.
This would made WWE so good. Let me do this. WWF/WWE so good back then is these stories, and it's like they do something at the end of the show, and it's like, no, I want more, I want more. And you like sit here the whole week because this is before SmackDown. You sit there the whole week and like, I can't wait, I can't wait. You literally get your power like, okay, what's going on? Like, it's crazy. It's
Oh man.
EJ Movement wants to know if Tazzy's wearing the moth shirt too.
I am.
Yeah.
I figured it'd be a perfect day to actually do that, especially when you know you're going to see it tonight, and I'm on here. So
there you go. There you go.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
that moth is my next tattoo.
that's awesome.
Too. That's nice.
One Mr. Kyle Scarborough is doing it for me for my birthday. On my birthday.
That's
For
awesome.
my birthday, but.
That is awesome. Add some great ink from a very, very dope and talented artist. I mean, good grief. Kyle Scarborough is so freaking amazing.
Oh, he's amazing.
God, he's amazing.
I'm
Stephen Lane, thank you, saying hi, I'm new. Thank you for the donation. Welcome.
welcome. Yeah.
Welcome to the jungle.
Yeah, I do say this. I'm glad I live on the West Coast and not the East Coast, but our party will be fully tatted up right now. I'll be literally. Kyle will be tired of seeing me. He'll be like, "Dude, you don't have no more spots for this." I'm like, hey,
Oh, he sees me once a year.
put it on my toe. Put it on my toe.
I'm gonna get. I have to still get one. I don't have one. I have to get one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
You
gonna
have to have
start.
Kyle do it.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta have Kyle do it. So, all right. And
that's what I said to my 15-year-old. She wants to get a tattoo, and I said, A, not right now. B, you are going to see Kyle if you want a tattoo.
if you're gonna have it done, get it done right.
Yep.
And have it done well. And he's the guy. So DC saying, and this is a shocker, almost as shocking as how beautifully executed that Sister Abigail was on Bray a couple weeks ago, because that was crisp. DC says, I had Taco Bell for the first time about 2 weeks ago, and have to say it was damn good.
Oh, you poor thing.
I know you've been missing.
I'm having Taco Bell.
How are you feeling right now?
That was like 20 minutes after Tazzy.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure.
That's happened already.
Yeah, just making it. Just you know. Like I had some times. I had some times when I literally. I know how this is going to go, but it's what it is. I had some times where I had to put my TV in the bathroom. So anyway.
Yeah. Hanzo, thank you again. Saying I'm grabbing ticks for Money in the Bank. I heard it's going to shatter at the O2. See what you did.
That's at the O2 is where I'm seeing Caleb in May. That's where
That's awesome.
the Meatloaf, the Bat Show is going to be at the O2 in London.
Yeah, that's
awesome. All right, so we've reached the time in the program here where we're going to give our final thoughts, and Tazzy can talk about his watch along that he's got coming up. But Whatever you want to end the show with, Tazzy, and then we'll go to Jody.
Well, first, yeah, let's do this first. Yeah, keeping an eye out on SmackDown because for the people that can't get, I have noticed there's some people that can't get Raw, but they can get SmackDown, and some people can't get SmackDown. Why do you say that? They can't get Raw. It's like I say this for the people that only can get Raw. Be patient. Be patient. He's coming. He's here. Not just saying. Yeah, it's keep an eye on this. Once again, like everybody say, be patient with the story because this is going to be a long story. And this story is one of those things. It's like, who does that? Who does that? South Park, like a story that never, ever, 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 ever ends. It's basically going to do that until Bray retires, which is probably not going to be for another 10, 15 years.
I mean, he did say this is a friendship that will never, ever end.
That's who said it. I don't know why I got South Park from. Actually, I think they said it too. That's the funny part. Huh. Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah, make sure you pay attention to the story. That match at the Rumble is going to be insane. Whatever they put it, it's going to be insane because it's going to be different. It's going to be different. Tonight, yeah. Let's see. We will start that at 7:40. So at 7:40, we'll start that. We're just gonna have fun. We're just gonna have fun. I'm not me and Jeff talked about this. I'm not a play caller or anything like this. You're more like I just like to talk about people, what they've seen and something like that more than anything. But I love to give people thoughts, especially with the Alexa Bliss tonight, especially with Austin Theory, what's next for him, and especially where there's a certain group that has been seen backstage. Could it be possible? Is that the group to take down the Bloodline? But anyway, Patriots, and yeah, Patriots. I'm pretty sure. I think Seth Rollins is supposed to be the 2, but I think that's part of a storyline. The whole injury. I just found that out literally. So. Come on, it's 7:40. 7:40. We're gonna have a good time. I know I'm not gonna drink, but I'm just gonna have a lot of juices and stuff like that. Maybe some peach juice,
peaches,
and we're gonna have a good time. Just come on. It's my thing is, and this is why we do the watch alongs and stuff like that. I like watching wrestling with other people because it's give you people give you like the thoughts and everything. Like, what you think about it? What you think about this? And bring some food. Get your popcorn. We're gonna have a good time tonight.
There you go.
Exciting.
All right, Jody.
I love you guys.
We love you more.
That's all I got.
love to all.
I love you guys.
You worse than me now.
So yeah, this was a lot of fun. As always, we did a little bit of overtime. So yeah. At some point we're just going to make the announcement that it's no longer an hour show. Like at some point we'll make that announcement.
An hour and a half.
Yeah, we'll make that announcement. Another announcement that we have to make though. Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
Jody, as a part of your wrap up here, I want you to talk about Wednesday, if you don't mind.
Okay, Wednesday, we are going to be joined by Jed Shepard. It's going to be a special live show. It's not pre-recorded or anything, but Jed Shepard is writer and executive producer of a movie called Host on Shudder, which pretty much broke records when it came to streaming horror movies. That movie was monumental during the pandemic, and it just fit for that, particular time. But yes, Jed Shepard is going to be joining us on Wednesday I'm sure we'll talk about lots of things.
Yes, that's going to be awesome. Check out the social media platforms for that. We'll get we'll get the information out there. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, anything else you want to add, Jodie,
Mm-mm.
other than love and peace? And
I love you guys.
there you go. If I could do that, I would, Tazzy, but because of my severely broken many times fingers, let me show them to the. I don't know how. So football.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there you go.
Speaking of football, keep on praying for DeMar, guys. Keep on praying for him. He's still in ICU if I'm not mistaken, but he's doing great. He's doing great. Who knew after a week all that? But yeah, big keep on praying, thoughts and prayers and all that good stuff.
That's right. That's right. If you ever need a moment, I'm not going to get preachy here, but if you ever needed a moment to realize that things don't happen really by coincidence and things are destined and God has this thing, regardless of which God you believe in, there's a higher power that has their hands on certain situations. Seeing the Bills yesterday return a kickoff for a touchdown on the first play of the game when it had been 3 years and 3 months to the day that they had done that.
Dude,
God is showing himself to the world.
So
And
I've been took a nap the whole day, so I didn't know about this, but he's been discharged.
Yep, he's been discharged.
What the heck, man? Wow. That's if you say God don't answer prayers, yeah, try again.
Yep.
Just saying.
All right. Before I get
that, go and watch a show called The Chosen.
I have started it, and I can
Did you?
Yep.
Oh
I
my
can
gosh.
It's awesome.
The guy that plays Jesus is, I mean, every imaginable feature and everything that I ever pictured Jesus to be, that's what he is. And it was weird at first because I was like, dude, like somebody literally just pulled the picture that I have of Jesus out of my brain. Yeah. But it's a fantastic show. It's been amazing. I will be watching that episode tonight.
Oh.
They're in season 3. And it basically follows, Jesus before he came into his ministry, recruiting his disciples and all of that. And it's just now starting to ramp up about people, saying that he's a false prophet and stuff, and before he gets arrested. So it's building. But I heard from the guy who's playing Jesus that they're thinking about doing like 4 more seasons.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Wow. Well, I'm in.
Me too.
And I've just started, so it's going to be one of my favorite shows going forward, so I can already tell.
Fantastic. They have merch too.
Oh,
on the store.
All right. I'm going to have to check that out. All right, folks. Well, thank you all so very much for joining us, not only on this show, but supporting this channel. We greatly appreciate it. And it means the world to us. It really does. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you for your comments, for your feedback and input and theories. Wow. Really good show. Had a lot of fun. Go join Tazzy's watch along here in a little bit. The link is in the chat. Go join them. So good night, everyone. Thank you all for joining us again, and we will see you next time for another episode of Abby's Window.
So what do you say? You want to see my secret?